Hello class, my name is Miss Winky, and today's lesson is over understanding fractions. This lesson satisfies the Math Standard 3 NFA1, which is understand a fraction 1 over b as the quantity formed by one part when a whole is partitioned into b equal parts. Understand a fraction a over b as the quantity formed by a parts of size 1 over b. Okay, so for the next few minutes, we'll go through some examples and show you how fractions work and how to write them. But first, our learning goal for this lesson is understanding fractions as part of a whole in which fractions are equal. So the summary of our lesson's purpose now is students will be able to understand any fraction as part of a whole, students will be able to explain any fraction's numerator as part of a whole denominator, and we will only be using 2, 4, 6, and 8 as our denominators. So to make sure we're on the same page and you understand what I mean when I say numerator and denominator, let's go through this real quick. So in every fraction, there is a straight line. So this can be called a fraction or a division bar. So probably in this lesson, I'll just call it the line. So in every fraction, you have a numerator, which is up top, and you have a denominator. I'm going to try to keep these color coordinated throughout the whole thing so you can always refer back to this and remember which one's on which side. So our numerator is the parts that we are considering. That's the number that we're going to put there. And our denominator is the total number of parts. So numerator is up here and denominator is down here. Okay, now let's begin. Okay, so we both know where we are going with each of these problems. I wrote a little blurb up top so we know what we are trying to do. So for this one, Jack and Billy share a cookie and split it equally. How much does each boy get? Okay, so in this problem, we know that we have 2 boys. So that means we need 2 pieces. So we're going to split this right down the middle. Sorry, I started a little too off to the left, so I tried to straighten it out. Okay, so in this fraction that we have, we're going to need our fraction line. And we have how many total pieces? We have 2 total pieces. So that is our total number. But we want to know how much one boy gets. So for that one boy, he gets half, right? So he gets 1 piece. So in order to write this, how we write 1/2 is like that. So our answer here is 1/2. Okay, so for our next problem, a group of 4 friends eat lunch together. They share pizza. They each get the same size of slice. What is the fraction for one person's slice of pizza? So we know we're going to make a fraction out of it. And we have 4 friends. So that means we need 4 pieces. But that also means 4 friends, and they each get a slice, is also our denominator. So we want to know how much one person gets. So for this one, we are going to use 1 slice. So our numerator now is 1. So the fraction here is now 1/4 or 1/4. A family of 6 sit down for dinner and eat a cherry pie. The pie is cut into equal pieces. What is the fraction of pie that one person gets? Okay, so we know that our total is going to be 6 pieces because we have 6 people and they each get a piece. So let's cut this in half, and then we'll have to cut it into 4ths and 6ths. There we go. And we want to find out how much one person gets. So that's 1 part of the pie. So when we write this fraction, it's going to look like 1/6. And so that is our answer. Okay, so for this one, 8 people want cake and cut it equally. How much cake does one person get? So we know it's a fraction again. And our total now is 8 people. So we're going to write an 8 down here. And now we need to cut this cake into 8 pieces. Here we have 2 pieces. Here we have 4 pieces. Here we have 6 pieces. And here we have 7 pieces. And 8. Okay. So, now we want to figure out how much one person gets. So to find one piece, now to write that in a fraction, what we do is we're only finding how much one person gets, and in our cake, that is 1/8. So our answer here is 1/8. Please. Okay, so far you've seen how 1/2, 1/4, 1/6, and 1/8 looks like. Now I'm going to show you how 1/2, 2/4, 3/6, and 4/8 look alike. So let's start out with our 1/2. 1/2 is going to look like that. So that is with one line that we have here. Okay, so now let's work on 2/4. So with 2/4, we have our 2 red pieces, which is in our numerator, and we have 4 pieces total. And we got that same answer with just an extra line. Okay, now let's move on to 3/6. Okay, now these aren't equal, but in reality you would make these equal. So we got the same answer now as 1/2, 2/4, but we have a third line. Now with 4/8, we draw a fourth line, and it is the same as 1/2, 2/4, and 3/6. Okay, so in summary, today what we have learned in this lesson is that the numerator is on top, and it is the parts that you are considering, and that our denominator is our total number of parts. And we used our circle today to understand and draw out our fractions. Hopefully this helped. Good luck with your fractions, and you can always come back and look at it again. Have a good day.